Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Let's jump right into it. Today we're stepping onto the hallowed grounds of Old Trafford, the legendary home of Manchester United. The stage is set for an absolutely glamorous international friendly. We're looking at a massive marquee matchup, the previous summer's World Cup finalists, Argentina, taking on a formidable Portugal side. The energy around this match was literally electric, and we're going to break down exactly how this highly anticipated clash unfolded on the pitch.
But let's get right to the heart of the matter, shall we? What actually happens when the two greatest footballers of their generation meet at Old Trafford? I mean, this was the core question driving all the massive hype for this matchup. It wasn't just Argentina versus Portugal. For millions watching around the globe, it was a direct collision between two absolute titans of the sport, returning to a truly historic stadium.
Section 1. The Old Trafford Showdown.
Okay, let's dive into this. While this was technically billed as a friendly, the sheer star power stepping onto the pitch meant the stakes felt incredibly high. Both teams were fielding players who operate at the absolute highest echelons of world football. For Argentina, you've got Lionel Messi pulling the strings alongside Angel Di Maria, who was actually returning to his home stadium as a Manchester United player at the time, and the anchoring presence of Javier Mascherano. And on the Portuguese side, you've got Cristiano Ronaldo making his own highly anticipated return to Old Trafford, backed up by the defensive steel of Pepe and the attacking flair of Nani. With lineups like this, everyone tuning in fully expected the match to be decided by a moment of pure magic from one of these legendary names.
Moving on to Section 2. Argentina's early dominance.
Right out of the gate, it was Coach Tata Martino's Argentina that dictated the tempo. They were afforded the space by Portugal to work their passing game, and man, they absolutely took advantage of it. Let's walk through this timeline to see exactly how that dominance played out. Down at the 11th minute, Lionel Messi produced this brilliant burst of acceleration and fired a shot from a super acute angle that pinged right off the post. Not long after, in the 20th minute, Messi set up Di Maria with a cute little pass right into his stride, but Di Maria narrowly missed wide. By the 30th minute, Javier Pastore connected with a header that forced a really solid save from Portugal's goalkeeper, Beto. It actually wasn't until the 40th minute that we saw a real delayed response from Portugal, with Cristiano Ronaldo finding some space in the box, twisting, turning, but ultimately firing his shot over the crossbar. So early on, Argentina was clearly the aggressor. Section 3. A brutal friendly match. You know, the word friendly is often used pretty loosely in international football. In this game, it quickly devolved into a fiercely physical, gritty battle that completely broke up the rhythm of the match. Challenges were flying in everywhere, and the referee, Martin Atkinson, had his hands full. You had Nani putting a painful late challenge on Di Maria. Now, these two weren't quite teammates at United that season since Nani was on loan at Sporting Lisbon, but still, it was a really heavy hit. Then came the cards. Christian Insaldi was shown a yellow for a clear foul after Ronaldo towed the ball past him. Moutinho also picked up a yellow for a late challenge on Pastore. We even saw Bruno Alves catch Lucas Biglia right in the face with an arm. It was just a remarkably physical contest from the get-go.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this specific moment involving Cristiano Ronaldo and Lucas Biglia. During a challenge, Ronaldo accidentally caught Biglia right in the face. As the source material notes, Ronaldo had his eyes entirely on the ball and just didn't see where Biglia was. To his credit, he immediately offered his apologies the second he realized what happened. But accidental or not, it perfectly illustrates the intense, tightly contested, and frankly painful reality of being on the pitch that night.
So, all of that early action and physical battling led to this, a 0-0 stalemate at halftime. Going into the locker rooms, we had a fascinating contrast to look at. Lionel Messi had been vibrant, dropping deep to link the play, hitting the post, and setting up his teammates left and right. On the flip side, Cristiano Ronaldo had a relatively quiet return to Manchester in that first half, only really coming into the game in those last 15 minutes with that single shot over the bar. Which brings us to Section 4, the unlikely hero emerges. As the second half progressed, the atmosphere grew incredibly tense. Both teams were desperately searching for that decisive breakthrough. After looking rather flat for most of the evening, Portugal suddenly shifted their tempo deep into the match. They started looking much quicker and significantly more threatening on the ball. Let's move to and see how this builds. They engineered this beautiful piece of late surge momentum. We see Ricardo Quaresma make a wonderful take and feed a slick pass into Eder. That momentum continues, eventually setting up a cross from the right side. It's just a stunning, flowing piece of build-up play right as the clock is ticking down into stoppage time. And then, the climax. The ball comes soaring into the box, and a free header finds the back of the net. The match commentator delivered this absolutely brilliant line. He bought a ticket for the raffle and wins his debut. I mean, how great is that? It wasn't Messi, it wasn't Ronaldo, it was Rafael Guerreiro rising to meet the ball in stoppage time to secure a stunning 1-0 victory for Portugal. Just incredible stuff.
The significance of this goal simply cannot be overstated. This last-minute stoppage-time header broke a staggering 42-year winless drought for Portugal against Argentina. Think about that. Decades of frustration wiped away in the dying seconds of a gritty match at Old Trafford. But here is where the story gets truly incredible. The match winner who broke that 42-year curse, Rafael Guerreiro, was only 20 years old at the time. In a match entirely hyped around the two most famous, experienced, and legendary footballers on the planet, it was a